Dear students, in the last class we discussed about game theory, zero-sum game, pure strategy and mixed strategy, and how to solve problems using these two strategies. And today's class we will discuss about the graphical method that is involved in game theory. Okay, in graphical method there are two type of games or two type of problems. That is, first one is 2 by n game, which consists of 2 rows and n columns, and m by 2 game, which consists of m rows and 2 columns. Okay, we will discuss each one of these in detail. So first let's take 2 by n game. Okay, so for both these type of games, that is 2 by n game as well as m by 2 game, you have certain algorithm. Okay, I'll explain the algorithm in detail using a problem. So first consider 2 by n game and look at this particular problem. Okay, now this is a problem of 2 by n game. Consider the payoff matrix of player A as shown below and solve it optimally using graphical method. Now you have player A and player B. So player A have 2 strategies and player B have 5 strategies. Okay, so when it comes to 2 by n game, definitely we will have to find the maxi-min point in graphical method. Why? Because here we are talking about the gain of A. Okay, but when it comes to m by 2 game, then we will be talking about the gain of B. First step that is required is you need to check for the saddle point. Why we are checking for saddle point? In order to find out which strategy we need to use. So if we are getting a saddle point, then we have to use a pure strategy. Otherwise, we'll have to use mixed strategy. So in order to find the saddle point, what we need to do is, the first thing is you have to find the minimum of row minimum. Okay, minimum value of the row, that is row minimum. Row minimum, out of this, which is the minimum value? The minimum value will be minus 6, right? And in this particular row, the minimum value is 3 minus 9, 7, 4, 8. The minimum value is minus 9. Yes or no? Now, again you have to find the maximum value for column or column maximum. Column maximum, first column the maximum value is 3. In the second column 2 and minus 9 maximum is 2. 5 and 7, 7. Minus 6 and 4 it is 4. 6 and 8 it is 8. Okay, now you have minimum value in row or raw minimum and column maximum. Out of this, which is the largest value, which is the maximum value? The maximum value is this, that is, this is the maxi-min value, right? Minus 6. Out of minus 6 and minus 9, the maximum value is minus 6. So the maxi-min value is minus 6. Now look for the minimum value in column. Okay, the minimum value is 2. So you can write this is mini-max value. Mini-max value. So you have the maxi-min value and mini-max value. Now look at this, minus 6 and 2. So these are not equal. So you can say that the maxi-min value, maxi-min is not equal to mini-max, right? Maxi-min is not equal to mini-max. Maxi-min is minus 6 and mini-max is 2. Minus 6 not is equal to 2. So you can say, therefore there is no saddle point. No saddle point. Okay. So what we can understand from this is we have to follow the mixed strategy. Okay. Mixed strategy. If it was pure strategy, maximum and minimax value will be same, then the value of the game will be the point of intersection. But now here we have to use the mixed strategy. Okay, now the second part or the second step is follow the algorithm. Now I told you there is algorithm for 2 by n game. Now look at this algorithm. The first step, there are total 8 steps in this algorithm, and the first step is reduce the size of the payoff matrix of player A by applying dominance property if it exists. Now what is dominance property? Now we are talking about 2 by n game. That is, here we are talking about the gain of player A. Okay, according to this, the dominance property says that if you consider any column, for that instance, say for example the first column, the elements of this column should be greater than the elements of the other column. Okay, I'll explain it. Now before going into the dominance property, the first thing that you need to find out is you need to find out the total of or column total for each and every column. So column total. Column total. So what is the column total value? Minus 4 plus 3, that is minus 1. 2 minus 9, that is minus 7. 5 and 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. minus 6 plus 4, that is minus 2. 6 plus 8 is 14. So this is your column total. Out of this, which is the highest value? The highest value is 14. So you need to select this particular column. Now we are checking for the dominance property. How do we check the dominance property? Now you have two elements in this column, 6 and 8. Okay, so you are checking the 6, this element 6 with all other elements in this first row. So is 6 greater than minus 4? Yes. 6 is greater than 2, 6 is greater than 5, and 6 is greater than minus 6. That means this is dominating. Okay. So 6 is dominating. Then again check for 8. 8 is greater than 3. 8 is greater than minus 9. 8 is greater than 7. 8 is greater than 4. So this is also dominating. That means these two elements of the fifth column are dominating than any other element. That means that there is dominance existing. So you need to strike off this particular column. Okay, so we strike off this particular column. Now similarly you check for the next one, which is the next highest value. Next highest value is 12. Okay, so this column is gone. Now the second highest value is 12. Now again check for the dominance property. 5 is greater than minus 4, 5 is greater than 2, 5 is greater than minus 6. So that means 5 is dominating. Then 7. 7 is greater than 3, 7 is greater than minus 9, 7 is greater than 4. That means again there is dominance, right? So you strike off this column as well. Okay. Now which is the next highest value? Next highest value is minus 1. Okay, now minus 4 is not greater than 2. Okay, minus 4 is not greater than 2. Minus 4 is greater than minus 6. But here minus 4 is not greater than 2. Okay, so here there is no dominance. Again look at 3. 3 is definitely greater than minus 9. But 3 is not greater than 4. So here there is no dominance. So you need not strike off that. Then which is the next highest value? That is minus 2. So here check for the fourth column. Minus 6 and minus 4. So 4 is dominating. Minus 6 is not greater than 4. Again minus 6 is not greater than 2. So this is not dominating. Then look at 4. 4 is greater than 3 and 4 is greater than minus 9. But since minus 6 is not dominating, you can leave this column as well. Then the last column, 2. 2 is greater than minus 4 and 2 is greater than minus 6. But look at minus 9. Minus 9 is not greater than 3 nor 4. So this is also not dominating. So here in this, after checking for dominance, you can strike off these two columns and the remaining columns will remain as such. Okay. So now you have to draw the reduced table. So when we draw the reduced table, this is the reduced table. So you have strategy 1, 2 and 4 for player B and strategy 1 and 2 for player A. Okay, I hope this is clear. So here these two columns are neglected and we are taking only 1, 2 and 4 for player B. Okay, these only 3 columns are selected. Okay, so this is the reduced table. Now you need to go for the second step of the algorithm. What is second step? Let x be the probability of selection of alternative 1 by player A and 1 minus x be the probability of selection of alternative 2 by player A. Derive the expected gain function of player A with respect to each of the alternatives of player B. Okay, so this is the second step. That means it is told that we have to assume the probabilities for alternatives of A. So we can assume the probabilities. Probabilities for the first alternative of A, let it be x, and for the second one, let it be 1 minus x. This is according to the algorithm. Okay, so let the probability of A choosing the first alternative be x and let the probability of A choosing the second alternative be 1 minus x. Now using this, you need to calculate the expected payoff function and gain of player A. Now draw this table. This table consists of B's alternative, A's expected payoff function and A's expected gain when x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. Okay. Now what are the alternatives of B? B have 3 alternatives, 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. I write that. Okay. Now I have to calculate A's expected payoff function. A's expected payoff function using this probability. So how do I do that? A's expected payoff function when B is going for the first alternative is minus 4 into x plus 3 into 1 minus x. Yes or no? So I can write minus 4x plus 3 into 1 minus x. This is A is expected payoff when B is choosing the first alternative. This on simplification you get minus 7x plus 3. Then when B is choosing the second alternative, what is the expected payoff function of A? That is 2 into x plus minus 9 into 1 minus x. That is 2x plus minus 9 into 1 minus x. On simplification you get 11x minus 9. Then again when B is going for the fourth alternative, this is minus x 6x plus 4 into 1 minus x. So on simplification you get 10x plus 4. Okay. Now according to the algorithm, what they are telling, so after putting this, that is let x be the probability of selection of alternative 1 by player A and 1 minus x be the probability of selection of alternative 2 by player A. Derive the expected gain function of player A with respect to each of the alternatives of player B. This much we have done. Now look at the next one. Step 3. Find value of the gain when x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. Now you need to put x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1 in this particular function in order to get the values. So when you put x is equal to 0 here, you get the value as 3, and when x is equal to 1, minus 7 into 1 plus 3, you will get minus 4. Again put x is equal to 0 here. 11 into 0 minus 9, you get minus 9. Then 11 into 1 minus 9, you get 2. Minus 10x plus 4. So minus 10x plus 4. When you put x is equal to 0, you get 4. And when you put x is equal to 1, you get minus 6. So this third step is also done. Now what is the fourth step? Fourth step says plot the gain function on a graph assuming suitable scale. Keep x on the x-axis and expected gain on the y-axis. Now this is time for us to plot the graph using this particular value. Now you can take a graph. Actually you will get a graph and you can plot in that particular graph, or else take a white paper, draw it like this and you can plot. When if it is a graph, then it becomes more precise. Okay. Now what you need to do is, here you have to put, according to the algorithm they say, plot gain function on a graph assuming suitable scale. Keep x on x-axis. So that means you are keeping x on x-axis and expected gain on y-axis. Now you have two expected gains here, that is a is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So here this line represents x is equal to 0 and this line represents x is equal to 1. So I have taken the scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. Okay. So here when x is equal to 0, here you have all the positive values and here you have all the negative values, and again positive values and negative values here. So this shows, this particular y-axis shows A is expected payoff when x is equal to 0 and A is expected payoff when x is equal to 1. Now let's plot the graph. So look at this value. When B is choosing the first alternative, when x is equal to 0, the point is 3. So that means when x is equal to 0, the point is 3 here, right? And similarly, when the first alternative, when x is equal to 1, the point is minus 4. And when x is equal to 1, the point is minus 4. So you need to mark 3 and again you have minus 4 here, right? Minus 4 here. So now you can join these 2 points. How do you join? 3 and minus 4 you can join. Okay, 3 and minus 4. Now you can mark this as B1. Why B1? Because this is B's, when B is taking first alternative, this is A's expected gain. Okay. Then for the second alternative, when x is equal to 0, you need to mark minus 9. X is equal to 0, you can mark minus 9 for the second one. And then similarly for the second alternative, when x is equal to 1, the point is 2. Point is 2. Okay. So there again you join minus 9 and 2. Values are joined. Okay, so if it is a graph, then it becomes more precise and clear. Then the next one is fourth one. Okay, in the case of fourth alternative, when x is equal to 0, point is 4, and when x is equal to 1, it is minus 6. So this is 4, x is equal to 0, this point is 4, and here this becomes minus 6. So again you have to join these two. Okay, so you get a graph somewhat like this. Okay, so here you have to mark, this is the first alternative, this is B2, B4 for the fourth alternative. So we have three alternatives, B1, B2 and B4. Okay, so respectively you get this. Now look at the next step of the algorithm after plotting the graph. Now after plotting, the fourth step is done. Find the higher intersection point in the lower boundary of the graph. That point is called the maximin point. Now find the higher intersection point in the lower boundary of the graph. Which is the lower boundary of the graph? This is the lower boundary of the graph. Okay, and the intersection point is, you can mark the point as A, B and C, or you can put X, Y, Z, whichever is convenient for you. So A, B, C, I marked it as A, B and C. This is point A, this is point B and this is point C. This is the lower intersection points. Okay, the higher intersection point in the lower boundary of the graph. Now out of this A, B and C, which is the higher intersection point? The higher intersection point is B, because this is higher than these two values, correct? And that point is marked as the maximin point. Okay, so this is our maximin point. Now go for the step 6. If the number of lines passing through the maximum or maximin point is only 2, form a 2 by 2 payoff matrix. Go to step 8. Otherwise go to step 7. Now look at this point. Here actually only 2 lines are passing through this, that is B2 and B1, B2 and B4. B4 and B2 are the 2 lines passing through point B. Correct. So only 2 lines are there. If only 2 lines are there, then you have to go to step number 8. What is step 8? Solve 2 by 2 game using odd mates and find the strategies for player A and B and also value of the game. So using the normal mixed strategy how we have solved, same method is used here. Otherwise, if there are more than 2 lines passing, then what you need to do is identify any 2 lines with opposite slope passing through that point and then form 2 by 2 payoff matrix. I will discuss this particular step in the next video when we do M by 2 graph. Okay, M by 2 game. As of now, here only 2 lines are passing through the point. So directly we can move on to the step number 8. That is, we have to form the 2 by 2 matrix first. Now, we know that only 2 alternatives or 2 lines are passing through this, that is B2 and B4 is passing through this particular point B. And before that, before going into the next step, you need to shade this point. This is the lower boundary point, you can shade it. Okay, this is the lower boundary point. So this is the graph which is required. Okay, you can shade it using whichever pattern you want. Okay, fine, and mark the maximum point. Now moving on to the step number 8. So here we have to form the 2 by 2 payoff matrix. Which are the 2 alternatives that we need to take? The 2 lines passing is B2 and B4. Okay, so for player B, and here you have player A. Okay, player A have only 2, 1 and 2, and player B again we are not taking 3, we are taking only 2. Okay, so here we are taking only 2 strategies, that is B2 and B4, correct? So second strategy and fourth strategy, second strategy and fourth strategy is being taken for player B. Okay, for the second strategy, what is the value according to this? So here you can look at this and directly copy. Second strategy value is 2 and minus 9, and for the fourth strategy it's minus 6 and 4. Minus 6 and 4. So this is our new payoff table wherein we are taking only, this is the 2 by 2 payoff table. Okay, 2 by 2 payoff table. Fine. This is our payoff 2 by 2 payoff table. Now according to the algorithm, what they are telling, we need to find out the odd mates. Okay, odd mates for both rows and columns, right? So you have, how do we find odd mates? Odd mates is 2 into 2 minus of minus 6, you have 8. So 8 you need to write here. Again, minus 9, sorry, 4 minus of minus 9, you get 13. So you write 13 here. Alright. Then again, when it comes to column, it is like 2 minus of minus 9, you will have 11 that you write here. And again, 4 minus of minus 6, you will have 10 which you write here. Okay, so these are the odd mates. Fine. So this I have written in a fresh page now. So you have odd mates 8, 13, 8, 10 and 11. Then we have found the probabilities. Fine. So how do we find the probabilities? Probabilities is like 13 divided by 13 plus 8, you have 13 by 21. Then 8 divided by 13 plus 8, 8 by 21. And again you have 10 divided by 10 by 21. Then 11 divided by 10 plus 11, 11 by 21. So this is how you find the probabilities for each. Okay. Now we need to find the value of the game. How do we find the value of the game? You have different methods of finding the value of the game. Now I am choosing the first method, that is 2 into 13 plus minus 9 into 8, the whole divided by 13 plus 8. So I can write 2 into 13 plus minus 9 into 8 divided by 13 plus 8. So you will get minus 46 by 21 as value of that game. You can do it the other way also, minus 6 into 13 plus 4 into 8 divided by 13 plus 8. Okay, any 4 method, out of any 4 method you can choose any one which is according to your convenience. Now you have value of the game as minus 46 by 21. Then again you have probabilities of different strategies of player A and player B. So you can write player A. Player A you can write. For player A the probability is 13 by 21 comma 8 by 21. This is probabilities for player A, 13 by 21 and 8 by 21. Then coming to player B. Player B already had 5 strategies, right? So out of that we have selected only 2 here. So the first strategy is 0. The second strategy the probability is 10 by 21. Then for the third strategy you have 0. Then fourth strategy the probability is 11 by 21. And fifth strategy is also 0. So these are the strategies of player A and B, and this is the value of the game. I hope this is clear to all of you. This is how we have to solve problem using 2 by n for 2 by n game using graphical method. Okay, in the next video we will discuss about m by 2 game. Okay, thank you students.